For over 50 years, the Peninsula Women's Chorus has stood for musical excellence and community. In February 2020, Dr. Martine Benvenuto, our artistic director since 2003, let us know that our 2019 through 2020 season would mark the end of his tenure with the PWC. We planned to bid him a fond farewell at our last concert together later that May. But a global emergency intervened in the form of a coronavirus pandemic. On March 17, 6 Bay Area counties, including ours, came under a shelter-in-place order that soon spread to the rest of California, making chorus rehearsals and performances impossible. As the death toll climbed and the days of shelter-in-place stretched into weeks and then months, the PWC singers faced a daunting challenge. How, we wondered, were we going to find a new artistic director and keep the PWC community going when it was too dangerous for us to get together to sing?
The PWC Board of Directors met to determine what steps to take. A search committee was established to find a new artistic director. The committee began meeting in person, then transitioned to Zoom meetings as we all realized that it was time to hunker down due to the pandemic. The chorus began rehearsing on Zoom without knowing if we would be able to perform our spring concerts. When it became clear there would be no concerts, we decided to try what some other musical groups were doing: record a song virtually and create a virtual concert. Each singer, recording on her phone camera at home, would sing her part along with a guide track. An audio engineer was hired to put all the tracks together with the instrumental accompaniment and the director's conducting video. We presented our first online concert in October and also used the audio from the virtual recording on our newest CD, which was released shortly thereafter. At the same time, the search committee was meeting over Zoom to identify and interview potential artistic director candidates. We chose 2 finalists, but had no way to hold an in-person rehearsal to audition them. However, the pandemic gave us a silver lining opportunity to have an online concert season with each of them to get to know them better.
So this is our first rehearsal.
Each candidate selected about 6 songs to work on over 10 weekly rehearsals. Recordings were challenging.
Challenging, yes, partly due to the technology. We certainly all had technology issues.
I know it was hard. I mean, I know it's funny. I did a conducting video for Hymn to the Dawn today, and I mean the lighting. I mean, there's still some shadows. It took like over an hour to try to set it up and still get. I feel for you.
As choral singers, many of us did not enjoy listening to ourselves singing alone. We weren't used to our naked voices without the comfort and beauty of blending with the voices of our neighbors. It was also very challenging to get the videos set up so that we had a blank, white wall behind us with good lighting. But we did it to keep the chorus going.
Do you feel like there's a positive to recording? Any anecdotes or Betsy?
Yes. When I listened to myself, I was horrified. And so there was only one way to go, and that was up. And I do feel that listening back to myself, I was able to improve my pitch and my breathing. And also the vowels. I noticed when I wasn't singing the right vowel that didn't mesh. So in those 3 areas mainly, I felt I improved a little bit. Didn't like it, but I'm better for it.
The recording process was very difficult, and I learned a lot about myself as a person and as a singer, and the truth is I did grow a great deal. I can tell through my recordings that my singing improved vastly, and my confidence and sense of ease grew as well.
Another silver lining to virtual rehearsals is that people can participate from anywhere. We had singers join us from Los Angeles, Oregon, and two singers from Boston.
I live in a remote rural area, several hours away from any major city or really any minor city.
As a 30-year member of Peninsula Women's Chorus, I was extremely sad to move away from the Bay Area of Southern California. I missed my singing with my friends. When I found out that PWC was going to go to Spain in the summer of 2020, I excitedly started to join in on Zoom rehearsals, coming in from 400 miles away to 3-hour Monday night rehearsals. Little did I know that I was going to be setting a precedent for how we would all get along and how the chorus would move forward during the pandemic that shut everything down for the last 15 months.
It's been an incredible experience for me with your group, this group. In other parts of my life, it's been very difficult, but this has been the silver lining for me.
Well, I sang in PWC for quite a few years, so when I was offered the opportunity to sing again, even though it was remote, I jumped at the chance. I mean, really, what a great opportunity it was for me to sing with PWC again. It was really fulfilling and a great experience, and I loved seeing all of my old friends and singing such great music.
All this hard work culminated in our fall 2020 concert, Singing A Path to Dawn, done in the style of old radio plays. The script for the play was written entirely by chorus members, weaving together the songs selected by the artistic director, even though there wasn't an obvious story or theme connecting them.
The idea was to create a short, emphasis on short, play from our December repertoire. You'll have some idea of what we mean by this if you've seen either the musical Mamma Mia or We Will Rock You, based on the music of Queen, in that the music came first and the story got built from elements in the music. So we scoured the lyrics for essentially the building blocks of our story. We also have the song of Black Max. Isn't that a great villain name? You gotta say. Also, it specifically says in that song that it takes place in the Dutch city of Rotterdam. So that helped give us a setting.
As you can see, they worked incredibly hard. Like if you've listened to those old radio plays, it's very in line with that style. I keep coming back to these last couple weeks is this idea of it really captures, I think, what a female chorus can be, and that idea of women supporting women and like being the team. It's like right there in the root of it. I'm so impressed with what I feel is the magic of the way this story came together and the collaboration that I saw in the way that they all work together. Martha, it's just, and all of the narrative team, it's just a beautiful job. This really was out of nothing, like just these songs, and this is this amazing story.
Well, when I was a very young woman, I lived with my beloved husband Willem in the Dutch city of Rotterdam. Every day we woke to the music of the songbirds. Those were magical golden days.
While many of us adapted to the Zoom environment and the recording process, and even experienced some musical growth, it was still disappointing not to be able to sing together. Facing another virtual season in the spring of 2021, we were excited to have another perspective and creative direction to experience with our second artistic director candidate.
This is an incredible group of human beings. And it's just a joy to be a part of a community that has so many strong women in it. that was founded by such a strong woman, and that continues this tradition of being the type of women that lift each other up.
By now, we were working hard on improving the quality of our video recordings. We had a session with our professional audio engineer and videographer to show us how to get proper lighting. Again, we worked hard to find plain white backgrounds and to look straight at the camera.
Now we're going to get into some advanced videography here. Yeah, there we go. Reminding myself, no distortion right now. This is me, I'm like looking right at you. And like, here's me looking above it. It's like this disconnection, and suddenly the face doesn't become the main thing, but when I right here and look straight at you, it suddenly locks in. I just want to take a moment to admire this. Y'all look really good.
Our spring concert, entitled We Have a Voice, included songs with themes that spoke to our current times. One of those songs was written by Moira Smiley, known for her use of body percussion in her compositions. We had the exciting opportunity to collaborate with Moira and to adapt her body percussion for our video recordings.
Yeah. Or you can make it small. But I would just ask that you be expressive with it.
And you may have noticed some of us are on the older side. And this song, Holly's laughing. This song is a different song, I think, for older women than it is for younger women. And so I'm wondering if you have a thought about that.
I have. I was thinking about it as I was watching you sing and thinking, yes, you'll have to make it your own. I mean, I think this is an amazing question that you've posed. When I say I am not afraid, I say it like I mean it. I am not afraid. Yeah, so instead you would be like, I am not afraid.
Listen. Speak out. Listen. Sing. Listen. 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 Speak out. Speak out. Speak out. Speak out. Listen. 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 Sing. I can listen to you now. I can hear you without fear, and I can speak clearly now. And I know that love is near. I am not afraid. No, no, no. I am not afraid. No, no, no. I am not afraid. I am not afraid. I am not alone.
I had a lot of fear in the beginning of COVID with how to teach online, how to record, how to, of course I pretend like I know what I'm doing, but no one knows what they're doing, right? Like during this time, we have all had to learn how to record and how to do this thing called choir, virtual choir. So I just want to say that I'm so, again, impressed with you all and your just tenacity with this learning curve, and your fearlessness. Like you have spent in these recordings, and I'm sure pressing the upload button was not sometimes easy, or pressing the record button was not easy, but I again commend you, PWC, and commend you each for your fearlessness in the face of fear.
It's interesting to me as I think about it, I have a voice and I am not afraid. And that is something that for me at least, I struggled with every single time I recorded, and every single time I listened to one of those recordings. It's like, no, I don't have a voice. And yes, I'm really afraid. And so in some level, it was very fitting to end with that, because you have to push through.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires.
There was much to be proud of in our 3 virtual concerts. We managed to stay together and even thrive thanks to the efforts of the whole PWC community. our 3 artistic directors, the board of directors and search committee, the section leaders, the volunteers, and of course the singers.
We lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning we shall learn to lead in love.
After the spring concert, with the pandemic rules easing, the PWC held in-person auditions for the artistic director candidates. Coming together to sing for the first time in 15 months, we finally meet the interim artistic directors in person.
Maybe habits that have come into our bodies after a year of a lot of Zoom calls, a lot of singing from home.
I just really love being with everybody in the chorus. That was such a highlight. And to have 2 absolutely fabulous women directors, I mean, it's just such a treat. So I'm just so excited for where PWC is going to go next.
No, I had a really good time, and we're not meant to be apart. We're meant to be together, and it's hard when you spend all this time apart. It almost feels like we have to get back into the motions of what it's like to be together, and I am hoping that we get to do that very soon and get back to normal.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I was almost in tears there at the beginning because it was just, we started singing in harmony. It's like, haven't had that experience in a very long time, in a year.
Oh, it was wonderful singing in person again. I just, this community is so great, and it just filled my soul to be able to be with everyone and to hear their voices again. And oh my gosh, I'm just getting emotional thinking about it, but it was wonderful and a beautiful setting. And everybody did such a great job to put everything together, and I couldn't be happier. My heart is full. Thank you.